We're now continuing in the second set of dreams that Yosef HaTzadik had and the reaction of his family to these dreams. We're in Perek Lamed Zayin, Psukim Tet, Yud, and Yud Aleph. This will be a unit that Mir Hashem will spend a number of moments on at the beginning of today's shiur. Psukim tell us, Vayechalom od chalom acher. So Yosef HaTzadik has another dream. Vayisaper oto le'achav, and once again he tells it to his brothers. Vayomer, Hinei chalamti chalom od. V'hinei, and again we see here those words that we mentioned before, the power of Hinei. V'hinei hashemesh vayareach v'achadasar kochavim mishtachavim li. So Yosef HaTzadik has a dream, and in this dream he sees the shemesh, the sun, the yareach, the moon, and achadasar kochavim, and 11 stars bowing down to him. Vayisaper el aviv el achav. He then tells his father and his brothers. Vayigar bo aviv, and his father gets angry at him. Vayomer lo, ma chalom hazer asher chalamta. What is this dream that you've dreamt? Havo navo ani vimcha ve'achecha lishtachavo lecha arza. So in this rebuke, so to speak, we have the response of, or the interpretation of Yaakov Avinu. Havo navo ani being the sun, v'imecha the moon, ve'achecha the stars, lishtachavo lecha arza. Is that possible? Pasuk Yud Aleph, vayikanu bo achav. The brothers who don't say a word now move from sinna to kinna to jealousy. Va'aviv shamar et hadavar, but their father guarded, watch this matter. So obviously these psukim need to be understood and need to be examined a little bit deeper. Perhaps the first approach that we'll take is the approach of Rabbi Eliyahu Kitov on page 48, which looks at these group of psukim and gives us a bit of the dynamics of why is Yosef HaTzadik once again telling the brothers when he knows the brothers don't really appreciate the dream. 2, if it says Vayisaper oto le'achav in Pasuk Tet, why once again in Pasuk Yud is he telling the father with the brothers? He already told the brothers in Pasuk Tet. How come the brothers don't even respond? Why is it necessary to tell the father? And what's the response of Yaakov Avinu? Let's take a look on the left-hand side. Vayechalom od chalom acher. So the word od is extra. Mashma domeh l'rishon, chalom acher shomeh harishon. So Rabbi Eliyahu Kitov is sensitive to the words that are found in our pasuk. When it says Vayechalom od seems to imply that it's similar to that which came before. Acher seems to mean something different. Well, is it od or is it acher? So says Rabbi Eliyahu Kitov, in essence, it's both. It's od in terms of the content is similar to which happened before, and it's acher because there is some fundamental differences between this and the previous one. Haketzad. In what way is it similar in that both of them speak about the godless of Yosef HaTzadik, or the future godless? And the difference is, well, the first one, we're talking about the sheaves bowing down to him. And this already took place the first time they met Yosef in Egypt. They bowed down to him. When they didn't realize they were bowing down to him, but rather to a sheaf. Here they're bowing down to him and not to Aluma. So here Rabbi Eliyahu Kitov tells us a fundamental difference in the two dreams, that unless we pay close attention, we don't even realize it. If we look back for a moment in Pasuk Zayin, it says, V'nei anachnu me'almim alumim b'toch hasadeh, V'nei kam alumati v'gam nitzafa, V'nei tisubena alumotechem. All of their sheaves are surrounding his. Vatishtachavena lalumati. What are they bowing down to? They're bowing down to the sheaf of Yosef HaTzadik. In essence, they're not bowing down to him. They're bowing down to a figure that represents a central figure. To a figure that represents, we saw symbolically, the one who's going to provide food for them. But it's not that they're bowing down to Yosef. And says Rabbi Eliyahu Kitov that indeed was Miskayim in the first time they went down to to Egypt, where they bowed to the Mishneh Lamelech, to the viceroy of the king, not knowing it's Yosef, but the provider of the food. And that's indeed Lalu Lamati. But here, Yosef HaTzadik in this dream goes one step further. Here, it's Hashemesh v'yarech v'charach kochavim mishtachavim, not to one of my stars, but lead to me. And that takes on a whole different dimension, where here, it's not some ruler who they're not aware of. Here, they're going to be very conscious that they're bowing down to Yosef HaTzadik. And that's, he says, is the fundamental difference between the two dreams. Continuing in Rabbi Eliyahu Kitov, in Sefer Parshios, Vaysaper oto le'achav, Vayomer ne chalamti chalom od, v'nei shemesh v'yarech, Romez la'aviv u'lechol yotzei chalavshav shivim nafesh.